All right, that should do it. That should do it right there.
All right, we just need a verification. Can everybody hear?
All right, that should do it. Yeah, now I'm coming through. We're good.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, fellas. We technical difficulties, man. Sorry, fellas. All right, we're good. Right?
I just had the Steelers owner shoot me a text. It's one of the new owners who came in last year. He got a DTFM 269 AOTSR. He had, he said he was listening. He can't call in, but he wanted to shout out everyone. And he just said, watch out for him this year. He playing Tillman. He said he playing Tillman, and he calling an upset. So he feeling confident. You know what I'm saying?
He's ready to go, confident. Huh?
Yes, indeed, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to hear what y'all new guys. How y'all feel, man? How y'all enjoying the league so far?
We would love to have some guys jump in the chat. All you got to do is message me. Rack will invite you to the chat. You got to share your audio and we can talk about things. If you guys want to talk some shit or just talk at all, just message one of us, man. Don't be scared. Everybody likes to be in here. Everybody in the league. Nobody's gonna make fun of you because you sound weird or nothing like that, man. Jump in, have some fun. Rack, they got a big question for you, man. They said, is you tanking this year? Or are you actually going to play some Madden finally?
I don't tank. I just say that. I never tank intentionally. It's just not in me, in my DNA. I just ain't been playing. We ain't been playing well. I ain't been playing consistently. It's no secret I don't play consistently as I used to play. And I think that's really what's affecting my gameplay. I think, I'm only in one league right now. I ain't put the time in like I normally do, and I just think that's why I was getting mild inconsistency. I think towards the end of last year, again, towards the end of when the season, as I started playing, the last 4 games I won straight in a row. I had found it, and then that little time off didn't hurt me because, I just played Bloom King week 1, and it was all bad. I had a new quarterback. I was going past happy. I was throwing picks left and right. So I just got to get back to the core of my game and really get into Madden and focus and get back where I belong, competing for these rings. So
I hear you. What do you think happened? You look back, 2 Maddens ago, we were on every day playing Madden. We probably play lobby game after lobby game after lobby game, and now all of a sudden, it seems like we just play league games and that's it. There's other people. There's other people that are playing games. But we just constantly, okay, let's just play these league games. I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. Something changed though. I remember there'd be days I'd get on after work and play 5-6 lobby games. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, you get more busier in life. I know I had some situations at the job that didn't change, and then you just got you like different things as well. You get into the other things as well. So sometimes it just take at least for me, and it took some of my attention away. But we gonna get it together. That's the job, is to fix it. The trash talking will help. The trash talk, oh, Rack, you ain't doing it. Yeah, you right. So I'm gonna have to fix it and play your way out. What I do want to touch on is, while we touch it, let's review mostly all the week 1 games is played, Shano. So let's take a look at some of these week 1 games. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk a little bit about the new season. Let's see some of these games.
So we know me and you already got our ass kicked, so we don't have to touch on that very much, right?
No, I'm gonna touch on mine a little bit. I will. I got my ass kicked. I will touch on mine.
You want to just start from the top and go down, or what?
Yeah, we'll start from the top and go down. Texas boy and HGH is great. Played the first game. Texas boy looked good offensively, like usual. He one of the better offensive players. He got a new quarterback. His new quarterback played real well. Over 300 yards, 5 touchdowns,
1 interception.
Player of the week.
That's huge, man. That's huge for Jetson. Just think about this. He had Tyrod Taylor. I don't even know if in 3 games Tyrod Taylor had that stat line. That's just crazy. 333 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that is. But shout out to Justin. He came right out, got the first W. Then I go Tillman and Villa, and Tillman still looking to be dominant. It's a 30-0 win for him over the Browns. So Tillman's still looking like he hungry. He trying to get that Super Bowl. It looks like he's hungry for it.
What stands out most to me here is Cleveland had 8 yards rushing. 8 yards rushing for the game. I mean, that's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Through 6 interceptions. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, Tillman's defense. I mean, I haven't played him in KOM yet, but every time I look, it just looks like his defense is dominating. He let this guy throw for 233 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. I mean, that's crazy.
It's good, man. He was number 2 in offense, number 2 in defense. I think that speaks for itself. The man know how to ball. Eagles and the Lions. My man G-Man came out in Shano.
Now, here's one thing I never do. Here's one thing I never do, Rack. I never make excuses. Okay. If I get my ass whooped, I got my ass whooped. That game right there, G-Man played great. I mean, defensively, he had an answer for everything I was trying to do. Offensively, he ran all over me. I mean, look at these rush yards. This dude had 14 rushes for 290 and 4 touchdowns, right? I mean, you can't win if you're giving up 4 touchdowns on the ground. You can't win.
Wow, that's amazing, bro.
It is.
Yeah, you can't win like that. Shout out to G-Man for playing a good game. We had the Vikings.
One thing with G-Man is can he continue to do it? I mean, G-Man's always right there. He's always right there.
G-Man was 10-6 last year, so I would say he played well last year, and then he added some players in the draft. I mean, in trade before. I think he got J.J. Watt and somebody else real good off the top of my head. So he was 10-6 last year. He just didn't get the roll of the dice to get in, but I expect him to be there, and he was confident. He said I don't even think he had one loss in the division. He said so. If he can win this division, he can get in there. So I ain't mad at him, bruh. We got the Savstar and the new Redskins owner. And man, there was nobody I wanted. Shout out, first of all, let me just do this. Shout out to the new Redskins owner, BMOS 585. As far as activity, this motherfucker excels in activity. I just want to give him kudos because he's active as they come. He active on the chat. He active. You know, he trying to do by the rules. He always checking and doing something, and he handles stuff in the right way. So I respect that. So I'm gonna shout out the Redskins. You know, but at the same time, he was talking real big. And you know, Sandstorm, he said he was expecting to do better this year. I think he came in. Shout out to Savstar too, man. He picked up a Vikings team, and had them season 2. They was an older team. I remember him complaining about it last year. He ended up going 4-12. He traded some picks away, built up some of his players, added some more players in the draft, and he scored 52-10. So he coming out the gate looking like he ready to compete in the G-Man division. He looking like he ready, and I just want to shout him out. Look like he played a great game. 616 offensive yards. I mean, man, that's good.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy. 364 pass yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. You're gonna win games if you can throw the ball like that. And then to add on, you rushed 12 times for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's good. Hopefully, I like Sastar. You know, he wasn't making excuses every time he came in the chat. He said, hey, this ain't my style of team. I got to build them up to what they are. And, you know, shout out to Sastar. He looks like week 1 looks like he might have built him to what he needs. So it'll be interesting to see how he does for the rest of the season.
The next game, Death Wish and Tissue Box, I don't think they can schedule or they couldn't get it played.
Scheduling issues.
Yep, and I'm looking to see what Tissue Box can do. He another new owner. Shout out to Tissue Box for joining the league, bro. We're glad you joined, bro. I hope you enjoy it. Here is Mr. Chiefs himself. I mean, the Steelers. I'm sorry. Steelers, who just text messaged me. He said he was confident with the Tillman. And week 1 game, he came out and win against the Giants 32-20. I know he made some trades as well. I remember he was shopping Diggs around, and he added some pieces to the draft. I know he added Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook had over 100 yards. He got some. He had a Tyler Boyd. He got some production from him, 131 yards. So shout out to the Chiefs, man. Looking forward to see. I mean, the Steelers. Looking forward to see what you're gonna do, bruh, this season, man. The next game we had was Chi-Town and Texans and Snides. And Chi-Town, what I always say is, Chi-Town, I don't know what he had last year, but he burned his record. He was burning that 5-11 record. He was something like that last year. Chi-Town definitely is talented. He used to make playoffs. You know, Chi-Town been around for a while. He a veteran. Normally, he always been make the playoffs or borderline playoffs. 9-7, 10-6, 8-8. Like, he got the potential. So,
man, you know, to me it seems like Chi-Town's a really good player. I've played him at times, and I'm like, he could make a push for playoffs. He could go into playoffs and he could make a push. And then there's times that you play the Chi-Town that you're like, okay, expect 4 or 5 picks here. You know, we're gonna win by 30, 40 points. You know, whatever. But his biggest thing, I think, is confidence, man. If he heads into the game with confidence, he does well. If he heads in the game talking about, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. We've been in chat a couple times, and he about to play a game. And he's like, man, I'm sorry. And he ends up losing, and he throws 4 or 5 picks. You can't do that and win a game. But Chi-Town always is interesting to watch. Always. I mean, you don't never know what Chi-Town you're going to get.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to shout out Snides too. I think Snides was close to making the playoffs last year. He was 9-7, if I remember correctly, and it looked like they had a great game. So, it's still early. It was the division game. It's going to be interesting to see what both of y'all do in the future. The next game, Shane versus Slick. It looked like Shane was winning some games down in the stretch. He started off bad. Looked like he probably found some of his mojo. Offense ain't never been Shane's problem historically. It's always been defense. He seemed like his offense is doing well. He moving the ball, and he got the division win, which the division wins is important. It's key to getting in the playoffs, winning the division. So shout out to the Cardinals, man, getting that first win. Slick lost at the end of the day. He it's a long season, but he got to win those division games.
Yep.
He do. We had Midget play deadliest shot. Midget was finishing the season strong. He came out with a 28-14 win over the Broncos. I'm interested to see if Mariota did what he normally do, which just a solid game. Yep, about 71 completion percentage, and that's what I mean. Midget game is he ain't gonna pass too much. He gonna run the ball control, just throw to who open. He'll dink and dunk. He'll throw it deep. Whatever you give him, he'll take, and he just try to play solid defense, and it works for him.
Yep.
So shout out to Midget, man.
10 for 14 passing, huh?
Yeah. Just solid and efficient. We had there's no comp, my man, no comp, and I like no comp, man. I like how I get down in chat. Most of the time I hear him saying stuff where when he say stuff or he'll make a comment, I tend to agree with what he say. On the side, I like no comp, man. He a cool cat, man. No comp and Juice looked like they had a great game. Juice got the better of him 27-24, but it looked like no comp gave him a hell of a game. It looked like it came down to the fourth quarter. No, it actually came down to overtime.
I believe that was an overtime game.
Yeah. So shout out to both of them, man. Looked like y'all had a great game. Juice said he was out to prove something. He wanted to complete that Super Bowl. He been right there. So we gonna see what he do, man. I believe in him though. He got the skill. The next game we had Made to Shine against one of the new owners, BC Powell. And Mr. Powell took over. Now he took over a great team.
Absolutely.
He took over CP.
Absolutely.
Team. I mean, CP progressed the hell out of him. So he was in a good situation. But made the shine, like I said, made the shine out something to prove. He made the shine, had 2 good records. He didn't won his division easily every year. He coming out scoring 39 points, looking like he ready to make that next step. So shout out to Made to Shine, man. I always said he had the big 3 of Trubisky, Elliott, and Mr. Cooks, and I think he added Stephon Diggs to already strong receiving core. So Made to Shine gonna be scary, man. He got a lot of offensive talent. We just gonna see how he do against the big boys in the playoffs. That's really all he got to prove. And beat Mr. BC Powell. He looked like he gave him a good game. So I'm gonna be interested to follow him and see how he do. Powell, but welcome to the league as well, my brother. We glad to have you.
We definitely appreciate all the new owners that took over teams. We know it's not easy coming in and taking over some of these teams, but we appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely. The next game we had was Buddha and Retro kicked off.
Hey, Rack, actually invite Buddha. He wants to jump on, so you can have him talk about the game a little bit.
I think you got it. Oh, do I got to do it? Maybe I do, yeah. Let's get Buddha on there. So we're going to invite Buddha on to talk about this game. It looked like he played Retro, and it looked like he lost a close game 28-21. So we'll get his thoughts here in a minute on that. Shout out to Retro too.
I think he actually threw a pick at the end on like the 25. What up, Buddha?
What's that?
What's going on, Chief? How you feeling, man?
Man, just get off work, bro. I'm good. Shit.
Okay. So how you feel about these Packers this year? I know you made a couple trades. You added Martavius Bryant. You was able to play your first game of the season against Retro. Tell us a little bit about the game, bro. How'd it go?
Oh, man, to be real, I was high as hell at the beginning of the game. And I felt like I was playing good, man. And then my high started coming down, and then I just started calling plays, fucking up, just calling random shit. But nah, to be honest with you, man, like, you know, Retro's reading me like a book, man. He was setting me up for whatever it is he wanted to do on offense. And, you know, defensively, I was, you know, just trying to hold on instead of trying to dictate and lock him up. But I want to say I only made one mistake in that game, and that's the reason why I went down 28-21, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, now Retro's solid, man. He's real solid. I got a recap on the forums if y'all want to go in there and watch it.
Nice.
I streamed it, didn't break it down, but I did try to say what happened in the game.
Nice.
GG's in the chat for Retro, man, for real.
Nice.
So Buddha, let me ask, what I mean, I know that team was kind of tough when you took them over. I mean, because typically you're a really great addition to any league, and you know, you come in and you can attack right away and make a push for whatever you want to do. You know, what do you think the biggest problem with this team is?
I feel like I'm playing a little too complex. When you're in lobbies and you're a sim guy and you're not a part of a league for a while and you're in the lobbies and you got you know, these restricted playbooks, you tend to gravitate towards, you know, specific play sets. You might only run 15 to 20 total plays out of a playbook, not to mention the style of which you get from lobby, where in a sense of, you can know certain situations where people are going to try to go, so you can man up, you can double team and all that other shit. So when you bring that into a league where the competitive style is different from the sim style, and in the competitive style you can be real complex, and basically a lot of people are just looking for the big play, and if you can take away the long ball and then bait them up short, you know, they're not going to take what they give you, or they're not going to take what you give them, and so they throw a lot of interceptions. So when you got that mindset, man, and you're going into these league games and people are going to throw in the flats on you, they're going to run the ball on you, they're going to ball control you. A lot of times when you man people up, you take them out of the box, you take them out of the play, even though you're trying to lock somebody else up who you think can hurt you in a certain situation. You just end up putting yourself in a worse situation. And I'm not the type of person that's going to play vanilla coverage. But I do need to realize that there are times where you do need to play soft. There are times where you do need to play aggressive, and then late in the game, as your opponent presents what they want to do, then that's when I need to start, doubling people or locking up and just trying to take away what they want to do. But I'm just right now I feel like I'm just off. You know what I mean? Like playing lobby games, like I can play any one of y'all right now and be fine. My hands don't be getting clammy. My heart rate is fine unless I do something excited. You know what I'm saying? But you get into these league games, and I know that my team isn't right where I want to be at, but I feel like they can play. You know what I'm saying? The pieces that I put, I feel like they can play. I went from having an old, slow team to having a team with decent speed to now I have a young, underdeveloped team, and then I have an old folks team, and that's really what I'm dealing with right now. But, scheme-wise, I like playing games, man, and I just try to I'm just trying to get my scheme together so I can just go into games knowing what I want to do instead of just calling plays and getting put in the box.
So just the time away, really. I mean, just not used to to play.
It's a huge adjustment.
Because I know I said it the other night. I was watching you in when you were playing retro, and I said, man, I remember maybe 2 years ago, Buddha's offense used to be just ridiculous. Like, Buddha would move the ball and he's so quick it'd make your head spin. And I was watching last night, or the other night, I'm like, man, Buddha's just not the same no more. But I could see that. I could definitely see that, man.
I'm definitely not. I know for sure, man. I'm not sitting here trying to come up in here and be like old Buddha, you know what I'm saying, and dominating people, man. I'm very much understanding and realizing that was 3 years ago. I haven't been in the league in 3 years, you know what I'm saying. So to expect me to get to come in and off that, man, I'll be an idiot to really think that. But I'm just trying to be competitive. Retro's a good player. G-Man's a good player. Sacer's a good player. You know what I'm saying? I do feel sorry sometimes, but I also understand that, you know what I'm saying, like next year when all this shit start all over again and I'm up in this thing and I can draft my team, you know what I'm saying, then it's really going to be what it is. I done upgraded my internet. That was a huge issue. Got a new controller. That was a huge issue. So now I don't really have any excuses other than I just got beat down by Retro. So,
well, we're looking forward to seeing the real Buddha stand up. I know I give you a lot of shit on the forums and everything,
as you should, man.
Exactly. Hey, you know what? It goes both ways, right? You gonna talk shit when I get drugged? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how it should be.
Today, and I was like, this motherfucker, man. I gotta play this fool G-Man tomorrow. You got this fool on cloud 9.
His confidence is 99 for you, man. He asked me to do that for him, to give him some more confidence going in against Buddha.
He needed, man. He talk all that shit, but we split last year with my sorry ass team. So G-Man can go ahead and G-Man know what's up, bro. G-Man, let me tell you something right now. This motherfucker G-Man be lying to himself. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to sit here and be like, numbers don't lie, women lie, men lie. Like, nah, bro. We went 1-1. I had 10 losses. Sacer had 4 wins, and 2 of them was me. Not gonna lie. But I split with you. You sorry, boy. Hey, look, he didn't even stream the game. Because he knew he was gonna lose. He knew he was gonna lose.
Ain't that something?
Let me tell you, G-Man know what's up. G-Man's a good player, man. If G-Man didn't have McKinnon, G-Man wouldn't be shit. If G-Man didn't know how to shake and do that shit on the sideline and all that other, I'm telling you right now, if the juke move and the spin move wasn't OP this year, G-Man wouldn't be shit. And I'm gonna say that right now. You can put it in the books and you can play this on the replay. G-Man wouldn't be shit if the spin move and the juke move wasn't OP. G-Man would be shit.
McKinnon, 14 rushes, 290, and 4 touchdowns today versus me.
Hey, man, goddamn.
This guy,
he was working your ass.
I said, who is this McKinnon mother?
And I know my team is on the run. Let me tell you something. My offense is buns. I can't score touchdowns to save my life. But I was in the top 10 for points allowed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing a little defense. Offense, buns. Defense, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm in the top 10 on that. You know what I'm saying? I got to get a little bit better. I need more turnovers, but that's just coming with my team because, they either slow or they underdeveloped. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
man.
So
I'm at these Packers, all right, man.
give me a quick season prediction. How you think you're gonna finish?
I'm tell you, the goal is to go 10-6. I only missed one game last year as far as playing it with my schedule and shit. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is 10-6. I don't care what G-Man do. I don't care what Stacey do. I don't care what Retro do. I want to go 10-6, and then we let the chips fall where they may. First, because I honestly feel like the first person to 10 wins goes to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I get my 10 wins, I go to the playoffs, and then, you know what I'm saying, then we figure it out from there. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a new goal. But for right now, with my team and my skills where it's at right now, that's why I keep trying to play as many games as possible, because I can go into the lobby and I'm blowing people out. You know what I'm saying? I can go into the lobby and lose to some super cheesy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I played the other night where this dude ran stretch all game long. You know what I'm saying? And how am I supposed to play? But if we're in the league, we all play the certain style. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, why don't you want to just play random people? If you can't play, if you ain't at home and you can't play, cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got shit to do, and somebody shout in the chat, hey man, let's run a game, then let's run a game, man. Fuck it. Who cares if you stream it? Who cares? I don't believe in scouting, because you still got to stop a motherfucker when you get on these sticks. You still got to stop him, bro. All my game plan is all laid out right there for you on YouTube. I don't play too many games not on YouTube. So y'all can go and scout me all the hell y'all want to. But when it gets in between them lines, in between them sticks, you still got to out-execute me. And everybody just need to play, man. Let's just play games. Let's just play games. You heard me?
I hear you, cuz. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you calling in, man. I'm looking forward to see what you're going to do this season, man. Best of luck to you, bro.
We trying out here in Green Bay, you know what I'm saying?
I understand. I'm with you, G.
All right, now.
All right, thanks, Buddha.
Right,
yeah.
Yep. And then, you know, finishing up, Dolphins and the Chargers. When you talk about a miserable game, bro, this game was just miserable. I mean, I came out, and listen, I'll make no excuse. We had that draft the night before. I wake up early as hell in the morning, about 4 o'clock every day. So I probably had 3 hours sleep when I came home. And I played Bloom Lake. I just played bad, bro. I mean, I came out trying to pass. I had traded for Kaiser. I was doing bad passes left and right. I mean, it took me to like the end of the game to settle down. And I just played bad at the end of the day. Historically, I had 1 or 2 games a season like this, like a real bad game for whatever reason, but I play bad. I mean, ain't really nothing to say. I play bad, and we gotta fix it. We gotta do better. We way better than that. Wasn't running the ball like I should early, but I got behind so early I couldn't run the ball. Matter of fact, Bloom King made a complaint saying I had 8 rushes. So I just want to touch on that. Let's bring that up. In the game, I was down to Bloom King 41-7. I just want you to know how bad this game was. At that point, and this was like the 3rd quarter. So it was nothing but passing to try to come back in the game. As we got into the 3rd, even the 4th quarter, Bloom King continued to pass. Therefore, I continued to pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a running and score rule, but you know, Bloom King, instead of running the ball, he ran the ball some, but he was passing a lot decent. I mean, even the last 3 drives, all of them, he passed. So I continued to pass. So that's kind of how that game went. As he was continuing to pass and go for it, I was continuing to pass for it. Afterwards, I texted him good game, he texted me good game. So that's how that was. But it was a terrible game for me. I mean, there's just no excuse. We got to fix it, and we got to fix it quick. If I'm going to make the playoffs, I got to fix this team. So.
I mean, yeah, it looks like he ran 17 times. His one running back ran 14 times for 24 yards. His J.J. 14 rushes for 24 yards. I mean, did you throw a lot of picks, didn't you?
Yes. I mean, left and right.
1 pick, 1 touchdowns, 5 picks. Ooh, man.
I mean, I threw 5 more times than him. I threw 29. He threw 24. It was Kaiser. He missed the bomb plays I had wide open. He overthrew, and then I was throwing bad picks. So it was just a bad game, and I was doing too much, man. Instead of running the ball, that's what happens sometimes. You get new talent, you try to do too much. I had a new receiver too, and a new quarterback, and Kaiser had that arm strength. I was just trying to do way too much. So I'm gonna get back to playing playoff ball. I gotta just focus in and get back to my stuff, and we'll correct it.
Absolutely.
Talking about the last game. I'm gonna give B.J. Cole the respect. When he win it, he gonna get called the champ. So, B.J. Cole, who was the champ, he won. He played Crawdad. Looked like they had a pretty good game, 21-31. And B.J. Cole, you know, he came out with a win. Looked like Crawdad gave him a good game. But
I mean, here's an interesting, you know, a trade went down in the offseason. I'm pretty sure Julio Jones was on the Giants. Now he comes over and he joins the Panthers. You know, last year we had that complaint at the end of the year about Crawdad forcing to the Jet.
yeah.
Now I just don't see. I mean, you know, you're real balanced. You threw to Jones had 4 for 59 yards. Jet had 3 for 71, 1 touchdown. I mean, if Crawdad could get his shit together. He's got a tough team, man. I mean, he's got Fournette running the ball, Carson Wentz at quarterback. Defensively, I mean, he's got some good players. Bobby Wagner, which I think you traded to him this year. Quan Alexander, Myles Garrett. I mean, he's got some big names. Now he's just gotta play. I mean,
Crawdad got the best damn team on paper.
Absolutely.
This motherfucking team is slow. I mean, he got the name-wise, especially Fournette. I mean, Julio Jones, this receiver, he got Garrett and Von Miller on the same team, and Bobby Wagner. He just got names like he got fired. Quan Alexander, he got players. He got a lot of talent. He just got to put it together.
It's definitely a team to put a push with. I mean, if you're going to do anything with it, it's got to be a team like this, man. This is just nutty. I'm looking at this team, I'm like, good. I'm really interested to see what their rating is.
Yeah, they impressive, man. Once again, shout out to Crawdad, shout out to B.J. Cole for calling in, man, and doing what he did as well. Real quickly, because we've been going for a while, so just to finish up, what I want to do is I want to touch on, just real quickly, I know we had y'all vote on the polls, so we'll just quickly touch on who y'all voted for, and then we'll make a quick prediction and see if we agree with y'all. The AFC East, you got the Bills, straight coach Bloom, made to shine, and the Jets, Leo. It was pretty consensus pick that the Patriots is going to win. I agree with it based off the first 2 seasons. However, if Bloom did win, I wouldn't be surprised. Bloom been on the borderline a couple of times, but he been 9-7. Made to shine has been more consistent. So I definitely think that definitely agree with that pick. What about you?
My pick was Bloom.
Okay.
My pick was Bloom.
Yeah.
I think one, everybody sleeps on him. I think everybody sleeps on him. You know, they're like, well, Bloom's been right there the whole time. He just hasn't came over the top yet. And I think Bloom does this season. I think Bloom finally knocks Made to Shine out of the division leading spot.
Okay. Fair statement. AFC South, we had Snides, Tissue Box, a new owner, Jaguars, which is Chi-Town, and Mr. B.J. Cole, the champ. I'm definitely going with the champ in this division. I think he's going to win it. I don't know what the new coach owner going to do. I ain't seen him play yet, but I'm definitely rolling with B.J. Cole.
As is the league. I know in this one, on the forums, I voted for Dollar Bill just because he voted for me. He said Shano, cuz, so I went Chi-Town, cuz. But, I mean, the obvious choice, I mean, you almost have to give it to him, is BJ. I mean, I don't think BJ might sweep this division, not even playing that hard. And no personal shots to these guys, but BJ Cole's game's on another level right now compared to these guys. Tissue Box, we know nothing about yet, so maybe he surprises us and he takes BJ off the reign, but for now, BJ definitely gets it.
Tissue Box definitely picked up a good team. He took over coach team, so he got some talent. He ain't in the bad spot. So I'm curious to see if he's a decent player. He got a chance.
Absolutely.
AFC West, the Denver Broncos, that's Delia Shot. Chiefs is the Giants fan. Me and Tall Midget. Now, I won a majority of votes, so people expected me to get back. Season 1, I won it. I won the division. I think I played Tillman the first round of the playoffs. I beat Tillman, then I lost the game to Stokes. Then the second season, it all went to hell. And it looked like until the end of the season, and it seemed like I found my mojo, won 4 in a row, and then this time off hurt me. So I got to turn it around quick if I want to. Midget came out, already got a win. So it's going to be close between me and Midget. I'm really going to focus on my game and try to make this happen and make the people, you know, the good old Rack that y'all know and love. And, yeah, I'm going to try to meet that expectation.
So your choice is Rack.
Absolutely. I'm going myself.
My choice was Rack as well. I think you know, like you said, you kind of got lazy with Madden. And what I mean by that is you didn't take it as serious as you normally would. And I feel like we were doing that draft the other night, and I feel like the old Rack was back. And I said, you know what? I think Rack takes his division over, finally makes it to the playoffs, and does what he can in the playoffs. So best of luck to you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. We gonna make it happen. We gonna fix it. Shout out AFC North. We got the new owner of the Ravens, BC Powell. We got Tillman with 14 votes. We got Villa, another new owner last year, and another new owner last year with the Steelers. Tillman definitely is the favorite. I mean, the man almost went undefeated. He's been in the playoffs both years. Tillman definitely get the vote. But I am interested to see what the Ravens guy does and what the Steelers. You know, he confident. I like his confidence. So I'm curious to see how he gonna do. So I'm definitely doing Tillman.
You definitely got. I mean, I think you almost have to go Tillman right now until somebody else proves you otherwise. If you don't pick Tillman here, you're crazy. I mean, that's just for right now, you know.
Yes, I agree. NFC East, we have Dallas Cowboys is Texas boy. The Giants is HGH is great, who have not won a game yet. Philadelphia Eagles is Shano, who won the division the last 2 years. And we have the Redskins, the new Redskins. I was my buddy, Mr. B. Moss. Okay. I picked, it was close between him and Shano, but I don't know why. I had a feeling about Texas boy that he gonna be playing well. And even when I looked at last season, I was looking at his quarterback stats with Tyrod. Tyrod threw 28 touchdowns and 12 picks last year. He was real efficient with Tyrod. So I think Texas boy got to figure it out on offense. His offense is heavyweight. If he can get his defense to be a little bit better, I mean, like you said, I almost agree that he can be, he can. I shouldn't even say surprise, but because I know what he's capable of. He can come out the NFC. I mean, I know it's gonna be between you and him. It's gonna be a dogfight, but I don't know. It's just a feeling I got. I just feel that Texas boy don't have it going this year for whatever reason.
I can respect that, and I feel like Texas boy shouldn't have took so long to get to this point. I mean, now I'm not acting like I walked away with the division, but we both seasons we played late in the year, and I won that second game to eventually end up winning the division. And you know, there was, like I said, there's times when Justin's really damn good, and there's times when Justin's like getting dog walked by 20 points. You know, and it's like what Justin shows up. But for the case of picking in our division, I have to pick.
Yes, you do.
And I always tell myself every game, only one person can beat you, and that's yourself. And you know, I know that's not always true, but that's how I like to go into games because it helps me limit mistakes. And when I don't limit mistakes, I tend to lose. So we'll see what happens. Justin's team. I mean, I want to point out Justin had the 9th. And I could be wrong because it's been a couple days, but I believe he had the 9th, the 11th, and the 12th pick in the draft. I mean, that's just crazy.
It was crazy, yep. So he definitely got some talent. Already good team. So it's gonna be curious to see how I play out. In the NFC West, we had Shane, who the Cardinals, Chainbreaker, Slick, and Juice. And it's honestly gonna be a good division. Like I said, Shane was playing well towards the end of the season. He came out with a win versus Slick out the gate. Chain, Slick, and Juice all made the playoffs. I mean, they probably the best division as a whole. It looked like in the NFC, and anyone can win, but Juice been managing to come out on top so far. So, just out of respect for Juice, and it's been 2 years in a row, where he went Super Bowl or NFC Conference Championship. I'm going with Juice so far. It can easily be Chain or Slick though, but right now it's still Juice.
Yeah, I mean that's a hard division. I mean you got Slick offensively can be one of the best players in the league. I mean he can light up a scoreboard, he can light up a stat board. Other than flip around in defense, he plays like ass. But Juice, I like playing Juice. Juice definitely gets my vote here. I think Juice can overcome some controversy. I mean, he lost his quarterback, his running back, and I believe a strong defensive player. Made it to the playoffs, beat me, which after I just beat Slick 45-17 or something crazy. He beats me, and he goes on to lose to Watts. I mean, it's just Juice can play good. And Juice can play bad, and I tend to always get the good Juice games, piece of shit, but we won't talk about that.
Right. Shout out to Juice, man. Shout out to the division. And we got the NFC North, which is another good division. Retro and the Bears, G-Man and the Lions, Buddha and the Packers, and Sadstar and the Vikings. I'll pick G-Man. G-Man was right there, 10-6. He could have made the playoffs. He didn't get the roll of the dice. Retro right there with him. Actually, Retro had a one more win than him. But I think G-Man and him head to head, I think that's what kind of been favoring me. G-Man did the best against the division. So I feel more, and I think Retro played G-Man bad. So that's what gave G-Man the edge for me right now. And then Buddha, he finding his way. As he find his way, once he find it, I'll be able to comment in more. And same as Sadstar, they both finding their way with new teams. So I would say G-Man and Retro is the favorite right now. But I'm definitely going with, I think G-Man, he ready this year. He got a formula. He going to run the ball, play some good defense. And we're going to see how it works for him.
He looks good. G-Man looks good. I mean, he whooped my ass. And he looks good. His team looks good. His team looks ready. But I'm going to go surprise here, and I'm going to go with Sadstar. I think nice. Sadstar, he got the least amount of votes. Got one vote. But I think Sadstar's ready. I think he's got his team close enough to his style, and I think he's going to win it. Now, I think it's going to be hella close, but I think Sadstar gets this one.
Nice. Yeah, he started off, it looked like 52-10, so he's starting off making you look good. So
big win.
Shout out to Sadstar, bro. Shout out to Sadstar, period, man. Sadstar is a good person to have in the league. A lot of times I see him, he being chant, answering questions and, leading the new people to the right way and all that. I appreciate it, bro. I see it and it's recognized, bro. So shout out to you, bro. And then we gonna get into this NFC South with the CEO and president, Mr. Watts. Watts got the Falcons. Crawdad got the Panthers. No Comp got the Saints, and Deathwish got the Bucks. It's another pretty good division. Obviously, we going with the guy who went to the Super Bowl and had a chance to really win the Super Bowl, but too bad, unfortunate Prescott was on his team. So I'm going with Watts to win the division, though, without question. Crawdad got a great team. No Comp looked like they played a good game, but Deathwish, he was 10-6 last year. But I'm definitely going with Watts, man. Watts' running game is nasty. He had the best offense in the league last year. I think he had the most in total yards. I think he was fourth in defense. So Watts is good on both sides of the ball, man. So he definitely, showed why he in the Super Bowl. The stats don't lie, bro.
Yeah, I could agree. I'm going money man himself. Even though I did hear he got paid, he paid all the other 8 voters for him out of the 9. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But Watts is Watts, man. Watts plays good defense. He runs the ball great. He plays really good defense. Like I've always liked Watts' defense, but if you look at this division, unless Crawdad with his crazy ass team can step up. I don't see no comp doing it. I don't see no comp. So I mean, I got to go with Watts. Even though I don't like Atlanta and I don't like Julio, you got to go with Watts.
We just got to be careful because, you know, it was rumors circling around during the playoffs he was paying the refs off to get calls. But, you know, I think B.J. Cole might have outbidded him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I heard.
That's just a rumor here. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, shout out to Watts, man. Congratulations on making the Super Bowl, bro. Best of luck to you next year. You know, and looking forward to it, man. The show been going on for a good minute now. Bro, we appreciate all y'all calling in, the people who called in. We appreciate everybody in the league being active, making the draft. All y'all that stayed down with us, man, trusted in us, believed in us, bro. We appreciate it. We ain't gonna let you down, bro. Just look for big things to continue to happen. We gonna deliver. So we appreciate y'all rolling with us, man. We'll try to do right by y'all. Y'all do right by us, bro. Shannon, you got anything?
Absolutely. I just want to check when our next show will be, and I think we're going to do it a little different next time. We won't release no info on it and nothing, but I think we're going to do it for it's more convenient for everybody in the league, which will be, Rack, do you know when?
We gotta look at the
let me double check real quick.
Schedule, man.
You know, he put us on a tight schedule this year, man.
Man, he just set the rules. We just follow.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that pay raise though. You know.
You know what I'm saying? Or y'all ain't gonna get paid. I said yes, sir. You don't gotta say nothing else.
Week 8 will be our next podcast. I think we're gonna go a different route next time, and it'll be more info down the road though. So, Rack, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Shano, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we want to, if the CEO listen, I don't know if you want to come in and say a word. If you don't text us, I guess not. You know,
I guess not. Watts is going to be on the next show, though. Watts is for sure going to be on the next show. Week 8, Watts is on the next show. We'll see you guys then. Until next time, Rack and Shano's out.